All right, y'all. Leland Live, Talk 99.5. Here we go again at 5:04 in the last hour here on a Wednesday. Do appreciate all the calls we've had, all the questions, all the discussion. It's been one kind of news day. We got other stuff in the news too while we flow along this afternoon. Congress is being Congress right now, debating and passing stuff. I'll track down some of that stuff for you in a minute. One of the funnier stories today, I started the show with it, and I just saw an update, is this Afroman trial. If y'all haven't been keeping up, I'll give you a quick backstory. And AJ, if you want to jump in this again, you can jump in it. You've been following it, I think, closer than I have. So Afroman, he's a musician, does funny little songs. He had a song years ago called "Because I Got High," and it's just this fun little song. And we used to actually play it when we'd bring up marijuana stuff on the show. And it's just a goofy song. AJ, if you want to play it later, we can play it. So, but I don't know what else he did or sang, but he's quite a character. If I'm not mistaken, I think he came out for Trump too. I'm not sure. I don't even care about his politics. But the story goes, the cops where he lived decided to raid his house. They got a warrant using, some believe, fake information to a judge. Went in there, kicked his door in, raided his house. He wasn't home and didn't find anything. He had not committed a crime. They didn't find anything illegal. And instead of just apologizing and moving on, they got into this beef with him, and he started doing music videos making fun of the police department and indeed specific officers. Now, look, I'm not saying that what he was saying was nice, because it was nasty. It was completely foul and just wrong, but funny as all get out. And that's what he does. He's a funny guy. It was satire. And the cops decided, the personal cops that were caught up in this thing, decided that they would sue him in court for, I guess, defamation because of what he said in his songs, which it just made them look more stupid. And so now the thing's at trial. He's been on the stand just giving them hell, unapologetic, talking about how they raided his house and kicked his door in, tore his door up, did all this aggression, and he got back at him with what he does for a living, which is make these music videos. So I've been following the trial. What makes it so funny is the references to the song lyrics and the songs he put out and the other dumb stuff in some of those genres. You got serious lawyers looking over their glasses. Have you seen any of the clips, AJ?
Yes.
You'll have a lawyer going, no, Mr. Afroman, I don't even know what his name is. What did you mean in the song when you said I can't even repeat it.
You had to catch yourself on that one.
Your big nasty thing upside the wall, or whatever he said. And he just sat there, and it's just, they're playing the whole video in the court for everybody to hear, where he's saying these vile things about these same officers. And I don't know how the jury's seeing it. If there's anything I know from covering trials years ago and hours of sitting behind testimony, is you never know what a jury's thinking.
Right.
Now, in a civil trial, it's different, and I don't know how it is there. Oh, by the way, there was another sheriff's department had to put a statement out. I was looking for it. Is this going on in Colorado, or is this going on in Illinois? I don't know where this trial is. Do you know, AJ? I don't even know what state it's in.
I think it's in Ohio.
Okay. All right. So there was a Adams County Sheriff's Department in another state that had to put a statement out going, hey, we've gotten a lot of hate and messages from people about the Afroman trial. Just to let y'all know, this is Adams County, Colorado, not Ohio. Please leave us alone. We get it. A lot of people are concerned because I guess people online are just trashing every Adams County in the country by now.
Right, because nobody's really doing the research to figure out which the right Adams County it is. It's just like,
yeah, people are dumb. They just read and then. So I've been laughing at this thing all day. The clips are hilarious, none of which I can play on the radio because it's too vulgar. But in all seriousness, it comes down to First Amendment stuff. I mean, sadly, these are public officials. They made it public when I think what they were mad about was he used video of the raid where they kicked his door in, and they went in and turned his surveillance cameras off too, by the way. And he used some of the video that was made available in some of the songs. And they said that. So it was their images in the songs, but it's been stupid. It's been stupid all day. Any more thoughts about it?
It's been hilarious. And then there was some some of the comments on social media, like on TikTok. That's why I've been kind of paying attention to it. Everybody in the comments were like in agreement with each other. Everybody's like, I can't believe that Afroman has brought everybody together. Because because when you kind of like figure out what their argument is and tell about what's defamation,
right?
And it was like we mentioned earlier before, one of the guys was talking about his wife that he's been with since middle school. And the attorney was like, has your wife ever cheated? Well, I don't know.
He goes, I don't know. I mean, like,
and it's because he said that one of his daughters had came home and was getting bullied at school because she's biracial, and then there was a hint that Afroman's African American, mom's white, and he's white. So
Yikes.
So it's
Here's the thing, though. We've had a lot of First Amendment debates. Let me get serious about it for a second. We've had a lot of First Amendment debates on the show, especially when things were going on in, say, I don't know, Minneapolis, and you got protesters that went well beyond their First Amendment rights to object to what their government was doing by rounding up these illegals, right? The crazy people that were in the streets. They went over into activism by blocking the police and fighting with the police and resisting arrest, and a couple of them got themselves shot by trying to run over the cops. So there were clear lines there between First Amendment rights to criticize your government and then actively fighting with your government, right? Afroman did what the Constitution allows us to do. The man just spoke against his government after his government had kicked his door in. There are all kind of constitutional problems with what the government did there in that county, and he's got a right to do that. As vulgar as it, and it's vulgar, but as vulgar as it is, that's what you do in this country. If you don't like what your government's doing, you tell them you don't like it any way you want to, is whether we agree with it or not. That is something we've always protected. And so just like AJ said, it's bringing the country together. We're not arguing about whose party is what or who stand. It's just like, look, and the PR wise, I don't mean to riff on this for another whole segment, but PR wise, it was pretty stupid with these cops to bring the lawsuit. I can't believe lawyers y'all need to have a big meeting and check yourselves. And throw the ones among you out that do this kind of stuff. But some lawyer filed this case, put it in the court. It goes in and gets national attention. And now these deputies look even more foolish. And they drew more attention to what they said was the attention they got in the first place. And nobody would have known about it. I mean, I would have known about it, wouldn't have cared. But anyway, so there it is. Now, here's the other thing. While I'm on this, we've already talked. I think we've talked as much about Iran as we can. But if y'all want to talk about that, call on in. We still got a good 45 minutes to go. Buddy of mine sent me this a little while ago. I don't know what to make of it. Can't verify it, but it's fascinating. So apparently this is trending online, and I'll look it up here in a minute. But the U.S. government just registered a domain online. You ready for this one, AJ? The U.S. government just registered aliens.gov. What's up? Now, this is going to get interesting, and I wonder how this all works. Steven Spielberg has got a movie coming out, and I saw the trailer the other day, and it looks kind of, I don't know. I'm not that impressed with the trailer. Maybe I'm just burnt out on trailers. But it looks interesting. It's Spielberg. I'll watch it. I mean, the guy knows how to make a film. But it's called something like Revelation Day or something. But it's about when the world was finally told that we know about aliens and they're among us. And it's one of those alien type movies and how we react to that. And so I'll probably wind up seeing it. I may not go see it at the theater. By the way, the Oscars ratings are in. I barely even knew it happened the other night. Y'all, they only had 17 million people watch the Oscars. Just as recently as the 90s, they had routinely, they get 40 or 50 million people watching that show. People are sick of these folks, and especially younger people who they're all in the short form and they got their eyes on a computer screen or on a phone screen. They're not going to sit and watch these self-righteous people congratulate themselves anymore. I think the Oscars are dead. All these award shows have been struggling in the modern era to get attention from people that are just over it. So there's just no glitz in Hollywood like there used to be. The magic's gone. They committed suicide. They did it to themselves. But those ratings are abysmal, man. You can come up with old reruns of the Golden Girls that do 17 million people. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. So Spielberg's got this movie coming out about the revelation and confirmation, and I forget the name of it, of aliens on the Earth, and then suddenly our government at the same time start saying that they register a domain called aliens.gov. Is art imitating life, or is light imitating art, or is the government in bed with Spielberg and creating a sensation? I want to know where to go with that. Hey, AJ, do you think the government's working with Spielberg to con us with this movie coming out? Aliens.gov. What are they going to put on there? Maybe it's just a place where people can report alien sightings.
Man, all you got to do is go to some of your local Walmarts and see that some of these folks are not from this planet.
Clearly. Saw 3 today. It would explain a lot. It might even explain some of my family members. I'm just saying.
Hey, look, we all got some of those in our family members.
Damn right. James is in Alabaster. Let's do some more phone calls. James, what's up, buddy?
Yeah. I do DoorDash, and Saturday I was up in Hoover dashing, and so I had a call for Starbucks. So I go to Starbucks. Well, I'm wearing my American flag outfit. I got a shirt that's got an American Eagle on it with a flag, and a pair of pants that's got an eagle and says USA on it and stuff. And I go in there, and they wouldn't wait on me. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, what's going on here? I need my DoorDash like that. They looked at me and told me, well, you need a better outfit if you want a DoorDash here.
Are you serious?
And I said, yes. I said, are you kidding me? They said, yeah. She said, you need a better outfit if you want to get anything from us. And they all just looked. And so I sit there and I contacted DoorDash and told them that, hey, I've got a hostile group here that won't let me dash. So I reported them, and that was it. So I'm banned DoorDash as far as going there anymore.
Well, hold on.
I mean,
now,
going to Starbucks.
It doesn't surprise me that some random Starbucks would do this. They hire some clowns in those places anyway. But which Starbucks was
Hoover.
it? Oh, that's what I'm about to ask. Where in Hoover?
Right there off 150.
Okay, I know where that one is. I know exactly where that one is.
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
I was stunned.
We hear about stories like that around the country where some of the employees, they're doing social engineering while making coffee for people with a bone in their nose. And I guess they got to feel good about something, so they got a little bit of power to tell you no for your DoorDash. So screw off Starbucks. Tell them to get. You should have gotten some real coffee down the street at Dunkin' or something.
Well, it wasn't me that wanted it. I was doing it for somebody else getting paid to do it.
How do you handle that as a dasher in the middle of an order? Something goes wrong. Can you reach out to the person with the order and say, hey, we got to change this? I mean, can you directly just straighten it out with them?
Oh, yeah, it's real easy. And you can also contact, you got all kind of little apps on there. You can contact the company, and they'll sit there and they'll back you up and stuff. It's really, except for right now, of course, the gas prices. But, I mean, you can make some pretty good money at it. It's really easy.
Yeah.
As long as you're in a good area and don't get sent over. I've gotten sent to Inslee in the bad part of Bessemer a couple of times where I was pretty scared.
Yeah, you got to be careful because, some in dashers, y'all are out there running around. You never know. Sometimes people will lure those folks in and just steal stuff. You got to be careful. But, James,
I always carry a gun no matter what. But
stay strapped. All right, James, I appreciate it, man. There's James. I didn't know we'd get a Starbucks story, but in a way it's not, it's not surprising that it's Starbucks. It is a little surprising that it's happening with something stupid like that would happen here in Alabama. I mean, I don't know how James was dressed. I mean, he described it, but there's that. Axiom Tax Resolution Group. Let's talk. Here we are in tax season. Some of you still scrambling to get your documents together. It's such a pain in the butt, taxes. There's got to be a better way to do this. I'm hoping one day we just replace the tax codes. There are efforts to do that. But we're stuck with it for now, and here comes another filing season, and we're less than a month away, believe it or not. If you're dreading filing because you owe an amount this season or from previous years and it's piling up and you don't know what you're going to do and it's overwhelming, you can't sleep, and maybe some of you are already being harassed by the federal government over their money, deal with it, and deal with it with Axiom. Perry Cronin can help you face this situation and get it resolved, get it negotiated down. There are programs to let you negotiate the debt down, actual real debt. Maybe you really owe it. You made some mistakes, you owe it. He can get it worked down for you, get a payable amount, work out a payment plan, and intercede on your behalf. He knows who to talk to and how to talk to him. Perry knows as much or more about this than anybody on planet Earth, and he's right here in Birmingham. He's not one of these national firms that are just trying to generate business and pawn you off on somebody for a fee. This is Perry. I'm giving you the guy. He and his family and his team at Axiom Tax Resolution Group, they can sit down with you in person. This is personal stuff, man. And he's not going to hi-hat you. He's not going to look down his nose at you. This is why he set up Axiom. He's going to help you calm down and get a plan and get it worked out and get some sleep again. Axiom Tax Resolution Group. Here we are in tax season. Y'all reach out. And if you haven't filed and you dread maybe a situation like this building, go ahead and preemptively work with Axiom, and let's get this to be correct. Because, look, let's be honest. There are CPAs out there that don't know what they're doing. I mean, it does happen. There are people that might have given you terrible advice in the past. I mean, y'all seen this video? There's this. I saw this. I saw this online yesterday. Let's see if I can get the volume turned up on this.
Cash advance. You want that cash advance? You better file.
Have you seen this, AJ?
Hey.
Yeah, I've seen that.
This guy's dancing out in front of his tax prep place. Good for them. They got attention.
We gonna hook you up. We gonna make sure you get that max refund.
Okay, so you went to that guy. Maybe you need to call Perry and get it worked out. I'm not sure he would help.
I mean, you probably gonna have to call Perry afterwards.
That's what I'm saying. If he did your taxes,
Come and file your taxes. You know you want that.
you might need to go ahead and just let Perry straighten that out for you. It is Axiom Tax Resolution Group, 205tax.com, 205tax.com. All right, y'all, 625 Leland Live Talk 99.5 Storm Restoration Roofing. That's Greg Nelson. Y'all need to reach out to him if you've had any roof damage with all these storms. We're just at the beginning of serious storm season here in Alabama, and it can happen fast. Hail damage, wind damage, other debris, or just your roof's getting old and you need a good roofer. It's absolutely Greg. He's almost 30 years now in the business, just knows his stuff, can help you with your insurance deductibles and getting that financed if that's an issue, or even just filing a proper claim. Some people do it backwards. They go in and call the adjuster and get turned down, on the spot because they can't document everything. Greg will help you put that proper case together because he knows what they'll allow and what they won't, and help you work that whole thing out and get it done for you and done right. When Greg and his team at Storm Restoration have done with your roof, it's solid. It's going to be there for years, and they back up what they do. Storm Restoration Roofing. They work on a phone number, and even if you don't have roof issues right now, you might want to put this number down somewhere in case you do, because you're going to be trying to find me to get this number, and sometimes it gets urgent. You ready? 205-542-3531, 205-542-3531, Storm Restoration Roofing. All right, let's hit the phones again. Here's Maria on line 3. What's up, Maria?
Hi, it's not a traffic report, yay.
Okay.
But you were talking about taxes, but I called for something else. But quickly, taxes. I filed mine on Valentine's Day, got my federal return by the 23rd, and I just got my state. And if you're a senior, use the SR form because of the big, beautiful bill, twice as much back this year that I got last year. Okay.
Twice as much.
Yay.
Okay. All right.
Yay for getting old. Anyway.
That's encouraging. Yeah. Yep.
The penny thing. I was in a store in Homewood. I won't call it out. I told AJ what it was. And the lady in front of me paid with cash.
Mm-hmm.
And she's walking away, and she looks at her change, and she says, am I not going to get my penny? He said, no, we don't have pennies anymore, but I'll give you a nickel if you want a nickel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start paying with cash. That 4 cents will add up.
Over time, I guess there's an investment value. Yeah, we have run out of pennies. Stores are just getting rid of them. They're collecting the ones that come through the system, and everything's going to be rounded off to the nearest 5 cents at some point, for sure.
Yeah. Well, have a good evening.
All right. There's our friend Maria. Linda Lou is up next. Linda Lou, we got a couple minutes. What you got?
To your caller earlier, the one that slammed by DoorDash and Starbucks.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I went to the mall the other day for the first time in like 2 years. People were horribly dressed. They were in pajama bottoms okay, I come from a different era, and I wore blue jeans. I only counted 2 other people that looked decently dressed with blue jeans. Everybody else dressed horrible. What's happened to our society that nobody thinks they got to dress anymore to go to a freaking mall?
What do they think? They're at the airport now? I mean, I think it started with Walmart, man.
Oh,
People started wearing sweatpants to Walmart.
Is the airport.
Oh, Lord.
People drive like they're sleeping the whole time, and it's a 2-hour flight.
Oh, thank you, Linda
we
Lou.
used to dress up to go to the airport.
We don't dress up anymore. Everybody's a slob now. Thank you, Linda Lou. Hey, we now call it athleisure and legitimized it. We just run around in our PJs all day. All right, bottom of the hour. Back in a minute. Leland Live. Man, we're getting ready to wrap things up. Stockton Mortgage is waiting on you to call them if you're contemplating anything with your mortgage. I mean, it could be debt consolidation. Everybody comes at it with different stuff. If you're a veteran, you've got so many benefits that you've earned. We want you to take advantage of. You've already earned your down payment by serving this country. First-time buyers, programs all over the place for you. Sometimes you just got overextended through these troubled times we've had, especially since COVID, and you want to get a payment plan so you can really work that debt down. You're never going to pay revolving credit cards off with those minimum payments. That's the design. It's a trap. Let's get that paid off. Consolidate it with the equity you have using your own home as leverage. Then it's a much lower payment on a real payback plan that'll pay itself off in time, and it's just smart business. They can do all this. It starts with a conversation. Sometimes you just need a little nudge or advice about what's possible, and then you can go from there. It's savewithstockton.com. They got that website set up just for folks in this audience, and so reach out to them tonight. Let them go to work with you, even if it's just talk for a little bit, then maybe start doing some things. SaveWithStockton.com. All right, I saw this come across as suddenly we got the story about this young man at the University of Alabama that's gone missing in Spain. It's capturing the attention of a lot of people around the country trying to pick up on clues or whatever might be have happened to this kid. Jimmy Gracie is his name. He's from Illinois, but a student at Alabama in a fraternity there. There's a little bit of new reporting this afternoon. We'd already heard that authorities had recovered his cell phone, which is kind of ominous. He went missing. By the way, if you don't know the backstory, he's in Barcelona, Spain for spring break. He was out like kids his age would be at a club. I think it was called Shoku, something like that. When you say, let me just try to describe for you. When you say club in Barcelona, Spain, you're not talking about some seedy drunk district like you have in some places here in America near a college campus where people are just hammered at 3 a.m. Europe's just different that way, and Spain's a very walkable, safe, classy city with a super vibrant nightlife. At least that was our experience of being there a short time last year. Beautiful city, very much worth a visit if you're planning to travel. The cathedral that they built there, that Gaudi designed, is just moving. I've never had architecture sort of become emotional, but seeing that on the inside, that chapel of that, Sagrada Familia is what they call it. But so this kid's missing, and it's kind of illogical because it is such a safe place. So here's what is being reported tonight. Authorities don't believe it was in connection to another robbery that happened very close by. There are people picking up on that reporting over there because the people in Barcelona are covering this story too. An American is missing in their city. They say it's a pretty big city, and there are muggings there. They don't think it was a violent crime. Homicides are very low in Barcelona. Typically, robbery victims are not missing, so cops aren't even pursuing that angle. They say that the standout. Let's see. He declined to discuss the person arrested in possession of. So somebody had Gracie's phone when they caught him. They confirmed, this is people that interviewed the police to ask them what they knew. They confirmed the police they do have the phone. They're trying to see if they can pinpoint his last location based on the phone itself. And that does make sense. And they're interacting with some suspects right now, but I don't know, that it feels grave and ominous. The school and his fraternity put out statements of support today, and his family's trying to track him down. So naturally we have an interest in it because, it's a case connected to here in Alabama, but prayers up for that family. That is just a absolute nightmare to have your kid missing overseas like that. Let's go to the phones. We got a couple more minutes for calls if y'all want to try to squeeze in. Eddie is in Wilsonville. What's up, Eddie?
I was going to make a point, but then I got high. AJ put me on hold, and then I got high.
AJ never played the song. AJ, I thought you were going to play.
Now I'm hanging up. And you know why? Yeah.
Because he got high. That's a great song, man. You remember that was our marijuana update song?
Yes.
When we were debating trying to get legalized marijuana here in the so for those of you that don't know, tell me if it's ready, AJ, or when it's ready. The guy, he goes by Afro Man. He's a colorful character. I don't even know how old the song is, at least 10 or 15 years old, probably older than that. And that's what he's known for. And he does other songs, but he's in this tie up with those local police. And it's like, he's the Kid Rock of the news cycle right now, because he's just telling them to stick it. And he doesn't seem to care. By the way, Kid Rock ought to do a benefit concert for him to get his door fixed. Like Kid Rock, some other freedom-minded singers. Maybe even throw some country guys in there. Are there any real country singers left in the world? I don't think so. Maybe we get Charlie Crockett. He's bringing it back. He's bringing back the old school. But the Afro band thing has owned me all day long, and I'll shut up about it. But it's just a funny thing. AJ, we got the song?
Yeah, I got to make sure it's clean.
Because it got high. Oh, yeah, there's 2 versions. I guess you got to watch it. It is Afro Man after all. Let me scroll through here and see what I've missed. I don't even want to talk about Congress right now. I'm so fed up with all of them. What a giant. Oh, the post office. I hadn't even gotten to this. Postal Service, again, threatening that they're going to go bankrupt. They're going to go out of money. They're running out of money within a year. They keep getting these bailouts. Now, look, it's a venerable part of our country's history. It's one of the first things we ever set up. It was, especially in the days when you had to have a mail service. It was essential for communication all the way back to the Pony Express and the mail trains and all that. But it's with technology and instant communication, and I don't even know, what do people send through the mail anymore? I mean, all I get it's just junk mail. In fact, I probably wouldn't mind if they went bankrupt, just so I don't get all that crap in the mailbox this election year. But I got a great postal carrier that takes care of us, and my best friend's dad growing up was a postmaster, and just, it's such a big part of our country's history, but it's just overall been mismanaged. Some of that's due to the union. Some of that's due to a lot of other things, the change in demand and things that are happening. Personally, I think one of the things that's always mystified me is, why did they have to have, I know they need their vans where they can reach, down low and reach in, with left side drive or right side drive to be able to stick mail in the mailboxes. But the Postal Service spends all these money having these custom designed delivery vehicles. So they got their fleet of these little mail trucks that only can do that for the most part. They used to be, sometimes you'd see them on the aftermarket and somebody try to fix one up or something. But they're specifically designed for mail carry. And I'm just not sure how over time they couldn't just adapt vehicles that are just mainstream production vehicles to save money. I can't imagine that those vehicles are going to be cheaper. Speaking of government waste, let me do this California stuff. Crazy stories coming out of California. One, you got this James O'Keefe, which he became the new pioneer of undercover videos, busted a homeless camp sitting around filling out voter registration signatures, complete voter fraud information. He's got it all on camera. And then you had the newest guy, this Nick Shirley, who's doing the job 60 Minutes and Dateline used to do. And that's just doing the basic shoe leather reporting stuff and government accountability. He's at it again, and he's hit gold again. He's gone out to California, and he's finding these hospice setups. And one of them he went to was in an old, sort of an abandoned hotel, those no-tell, motel-looking 2-story things with the exit doors on each unit. And they've turned that into some makeshift office complex. And there were like 30 hospices registered inside there, and all the cars in the parking lot were like Beamers and big, expensive, high-end vehicles. And they were treating no people with hospice. There was no functional businesses. There's such a scam going on in this country where people can get an address. They can get basic information from seniors that are enrolled in other government programs. They can fake patient identities and submit that stuff to the federal government and get millions of dollars in cash. And it's a total scam. A lot of these are foreign immigrants that are coming here that aren't even in the system. But he has busted this stuff wide open, and all he does, it's not fancy. He just shows up at the address listed on these federal forms as being the address of those businesses and takes a look around and knocks on the door. That's it. And once you see these places, you realize that's fraud. It started largely in Minnesota with all the Somali fraud, but these are other nationalities involved in this stuff too. And California is going to make Minnesota look like a Sunday school prank. And it's continuing to reveal itself time after time. And so y'all can check that out online and look at it. It's a national outrage. If everything else wasn't going on in this country right now, the world would be paying attention to these stories. And then there's Gavin Newsom's project that this is getting a lot of attention today too. They built what they call a wildlife bridge. And I've seen these. I think the first one I ever really saw that was well done was actually in Canada. And so the idea is that they create a corridor when there's a highway of a natural area that goes over the road, and it's almost like your car's going through a little tunnel, and wildlife can migrate back and forth across this bridge. Well, California started one of these projects, and it was supposed to be a $30 million budget. It's uncompleted. The budget's now $114 million. There's an aerial shot of it online being passed around, and it's like that bridge to nowhere thing. They've got most of it built, but then it just kind of drops off. There ain't an animal in the world that could cross the thing. It's incomplete. They're out of money again. The budget's already up to, they've already tripled the budget, almost quadrupled the budget. And that's just government. It's California. It's why people are getting the hell out of there and fleeing. They're running that place in the ground. The taxpayers of that state cannot keep up with the spending their government does. And they keep getting pinched. And just like New York, people are getting out. Now, speaking of New York, I had this story saved from earlier in the day. Kathy Hochul there's a video of her begging the wealthy folks that have fled their state to come back. A lot of their folks have gone to Florida, and she's saying they got to come back and support our programs. It's unfair that they decided to get up and leave. Y'all ran them off. Same thing in New York, misspending. Democrats run both of these states completely. These people are just thieves in their hearts. They are thieves. All of their public policy is built around envy and theft. Taking other people's stuff. I saw a sign today that says, what is it? Teach a man to fish and you'll feed him for a lifetime. Give a man somebody else's fish and he'll vote for you. That's how they do it. Lanius Furniture Company. Let's talk about them. Then we're going to get the break in here. LAUNAUS, LaniusFurnitureCompany.com. Y'all go see John and Reggie and them if you're looking for anything for your home, even a small thing. You need a lamp or some art or some rugs or odds and end tables. They got stuff all throughout the store. Just such a great shopping experience. It's everything. It's the people. They're just the greatest folks. They're so nice. They got the perfect touch. They know when to help or when to leave you alone. It's the store. It's almost an acre in square footage of beautifully displayed stuff. It's the brands. You're going to know these brands. They're going to be brands you've heard about your whole life. American-made stuff, solidly built stuff. Even the foreign stuff like the Stressless line, which is a European brand. Just gorgeous, high-end stuff, very nice ergonomic furniture that you can have custom design. They got a whole workshop over there. It's a Bassett workshop. You can literally, from scratch, in their templates and models, build your own furniture grouping and have it custom ordered, brought all the way to your house. They've got delivery. Day to day, their prices are always fair. You'll find them to be absolutely fair. I'm not even going to say cheap. This is not a cheap store, but they're not overpriced like some of the snotty stores. It's like perfectly good prices. And then every now and then they'll be running a sale. Reggie will reach out and say, we just got a truckload of Lazy Boys. We're going to put them on sale, get people in the door. And we'll always let you know about those things. It's a great shopping experience in a little small town called Kimberly in North Jefferson County, right there off I-65. It's LaniusFurnitureCompany.com. Let me spell it for you in case you want to check them out online. LAUNIUS, LaniusFurnitureCompany.com. See, Afro-Man years ago was trying to warn the youth about the lack of productivity that is associated with consumption of marijuana. You'd have to add a new line nowadays. I was going to go to the NCAA and then I got high. I'm sorry. That was yesterday.
I was going to play in the gang, but then I got high. I was going to play some ball, then I got arrested because I got high.
Oh, damn Popo. Let's see. What is this? Here's an update. Victory for Afro-Man over the sheriff's deputies who sued him. In all, okay, what is this? In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor. Okay, there's a verdict. AJ, how timely as we wrap up the show. There's apparently a verdict in. Let me see if I can get this pulled up over here. It'll take me just a second. Got to switch computers. I think we got a verdict in the Afro-Man lawsuit against the deputies. I think I already gave away I spoiled the joke. Here we go. Here's the verdict as it came down in the Afro-Man.
In all
trial.
circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand in adjournment. Thank you. You're welcome.
That's pretty boring. All right, I'm gonna turn it down. Then I was hoping he'd say something. Let me and turn it down. Let's see. All right, I had it a little bit too loud. He's talking to his lawyer. He doesn't put on any big visible displays. He is the new symbol of free speech in the country, Afro-Man, with his patriotic suit that he wore, I think the whole time they were having this lawsuit.
Relax, whatever it is.
I'm waiting to see if there's going to be any other funny comments. You think he'll make a song about this?
Oh, of course.
They'll go back into the room.
Those, I mean, I'm telling you, they ought to sue their lawyer for bringing the lawsuit, for giving him the advice that this was a winnable case. I don't even need to go back through the merits of the case, but what a dumb story today. And I guess good for Afro-Man. He brought us all together.
Now, the question is, does he turn around and sue them for what they just did?
I don't know how the laws work. Is it state law that we'd be dealing with in Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that you can sue somebody for suing you unless I guess there was because he can't claim damage. People that never heard of Afro-Man, his career's about to take off. I mean, he's going to have more of a following than he ever had after this point. He just is. Because he went from being a guy who made fun little crazy videos. And then at some point, I guess he was a little bit political because I swear, I remember, didn't he come out eventually and supported Trump and it surprised a bunch of people and he was real funny about it. I think he actually showed up at some stuff in the last election. Then he started wearing this patriotic suit. Now he is the symbol of stick it to the man, free speech in America. And I'll go ahead and warn you, don't watch the videos that he made about the local police around your children. Don't do it. Or around your grandmother. Don't do it. Don't open it around Meemaw. Nana is not going to appreciate the videos, but he did them that way on purpose to stick it to the people that kicked his door in. And these cops, man, they just need to go back to their day job and get over it, man. It's just,
well, they do not look. Look, I'm watching that video too, and they
Can you see it?
not look happy.
Well, I couldn't see their faces. I was just trying to get the audio on.
Boy,
so
they do not look happy at all.
What do you think they were going to get some big settlement because they got their feelings hurt because he lampooned them?
They thought they were going to get, I'm going to get high because I got high money. That's what they thought.
Yeah. I was going to sue Afro-Man, and then I got beat. Oh, man, they're going to have to go get high to get over it. They just lost big time. And in the most embarrassing way, a lot of times I'll look at things that happen in the news and in the world from a prism of optics and the PR of it, and somebody wasn't thinking. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's anything new. This was the show. It's ironic because we started the show with this because I couldn't get past it. It was the funniest story all day. The testimony alone, these people that went to law school and passed the bar and graduated and began establishing their career had to sit there in suits and ties and with all seriousness ask these very pointed questions about the most absurd song lyrics you have ever heard in your entire life over an absurd situation. as if they were trying to solve the Kennedy assassination. I mean, it was that tense with these lawyers. It was like, yes, and then on this day, did you say that the defendant could grab you by the, and it was just the dumbest. It was the dumbest thing. And then they played the videos. Total publicity win for Afro Man.
Yeah. Now, I mean, look. Now, if I see this on a Law and Order episode, because they gotta pull stories. They're gonna use this as or an SNL skit, one of the two. Because
it should be on Law and Order with Mr. T. Is he still on there?
I mean, Ice-T.
Ice-T's like, who wrote the damn song? He's always mad. I love Ice-T. I grew up around Ice-T. Ice-T's great, but he's always angry, even when he's selling me a car warranty. Your car's going to break down on your ass. You need a warranty. I'm Ice-T. Ox Foundation Solutions, that might break down on you too, and you're going to need an expert if you got mold, mildew, if you need encapsulation, if you need your whole house level, they do all of it. They do all of it. And when you've got a comprehensive, highly technical, highly trained professional company like this, that's who you trust your house to. Your whole house is riding on your foundation. It's probably the most important thing. Besides the roof itself, you got to take care of your foundation. If you suspect trouble, go ahead and get Ox over there. They're the pros, best in the business. Let them come check it out. Even to give you a clean bill of health, sometimes you just need to know because something ain't right. It's oxstrong.com, oxstrong.com. Stay tuned for Breaking Bread, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
Goodbye, AJ.